Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Strong Foundations. I hope you're getting better today. Sorry I didn't post last week. I live a very busy life and I'm still getting used to trying to make these videos once a week, but we're back to it this week. Today's video is going to be about purpose and finding your purpose in life and how to do that. So, just right away, I want to ask you a question and I want you to actually think about it. Do you live every day with a purpose? And what I mean by purpose is a sense of something greater than yourself or a purpose for your life that you need to fulfill before you die. I heard a quote the other day on Instagram by one of the Trend twins that has become kind of a meme, but it really does apply to this video. And it is, if you don't know what port you're sailing to, how do you know what wind is favorable? So shout out to the Trend twins for that one. But basically what this means, guys, is if you don't have a sense of purpose or direction in your life, then essentially you are just floating around, not making progress in any area of your life. You're just going wherever the wind blows you, wherever life takes you. And if you're trying to be successful in anything, then that is not the way to go about it. So let's just get into purpose and how to develop a purpose for your life, okay? So motivation comes and goes. A lot of people wonder, how do you stay motivated so much? And you can't always be motivated. Some days you're going to get out of bed with vigor and be ready to crush the day, and then other days you're going to have a hard time just getting out of bed. And purpose is permanent. So purpose is going to prevent you from staying in bed those days where you don't feel like getting out of it. It's important to live life with a sense of purpose, and it can be anything you want, guys. So some things that you should take into account when finding your purpose is what you want to do. So it can be a mission or an accomplishment that you want to achieve before your life is over, something you want to bring to the world, something you want to be remembered by. It can be to become a certain type of person. It can be involving others, and I think it kind of has to involve others. What I mean by this is, say your purpose, what you think is your purpose is to become rich. That money is really going to be meaningless to you unless you have people to share it with or lives to help with that money. I think no matter what your purpose is, it should involve others on a small scale and on a big scale. Yeah, no matter what it is. So whatever you decide to be your purpose, try to relate that to how it can bring value to the people around you and the world in general. Something that you can do for others, because otherwise you're not going to be getting the fulfillment out of purpose that you could be. And it can change over time. This is one thing I had some trouble understanding when I was younger, because I didn't feel a strong sense of purpose for a long time. And because of that, you kind of think that you have no purpose, but it's not true. What you have to realize is that whatever your purpose is now, it's going to change and develop over time. So what I mean by this is, whatever direction you decide to go in, you can apply your interests, your skills, and your knowledge of other topics and other areas to your main purpose. So what I mean too is it can become more specific over time. You can have an idea of what you want to do with your life, but not a strong sense of knowing of what you want to do with your life. Say, for example, you want to be some kind of doctor, but you don't know what kind of doctor you want to be yet. That's a good example of, over time, you can become more specified in whatever area you choose to be in. So now I'm going to talk about how you can find your purpose. Some things that you can think about to start pushing you in the right direction. So some things to think about are, What did you enjoy doing as a child? What were your interests? What were your hobbies, especially ones that you may have gotten away from? What are you good at right now? What skills do you have that you've already developed to a high degree? What do you enjoy doing? What are your interests right now? What makes you happy? What creative pursuit, and I mean creative as in not just arts and stuff, but you actually just creating something. What can you do now that makes you fulfilled? What creative purpose are you doing now that makes you fulfilled? So this can be anything. It can be painting. It can be engineering something. It can be making crafts in your garage. Literally anything that you're putting your effort into to make that makes you feel fulfilled. Think of this, guys. So also another one is, what do you want to be known for, and what do you want your legacy to be? So after thinking about all this stuff, you got to pick a field of study or a direction that interests you. So it can be a medical field, it can be fitness related, it can be drug related, it can be whatever you want. And that's kind of the beauty of this purpose, is it's catered to you. So, whatever you decide to do, as long as you have this purpose, you're going to be moving in the right direction to have it fulfilled. So once you find whatever direction you want to head in, just start walking, start making progress. And what I mean by this is you have to start learning about the field. First of all, you have to start gaining knowledge. You have to start developing your skills. And this is going to come with time, but with that purpose, you're going to be able to put in consistent effort. So after you've been in a field developing your skills and knowledge, you're going to be able to pick a more specific direction that interests you even more. So you're just going to repeat this process until you are actually fulfilling your process. You're going to repeat the process until you are actually fulfilling your purpose. So it's just a cycle of constant learning and development. And what's nice about it is you can take your interests in other fields and apply it to whatever field is the main one. So, for example, my purpose right now is to become the best person I can be. And it is very broad, but it's something to move towards every single day. And I know some fields that I'm very interested in are obviously fitness. It is drugs, medication, and supplementation. I'm also really interested in content creation, like this YouTube, and self-development. So right now, what I'm doing with my life is developing all these areas. Like, I'm going to the gym every day. I'm researching supplements. I am in a pharmacy tech class trying to get a certification, which will be over in a couple months. But I'm also starting this YouTube channel, which I hope to grow to a substantial following. And what I hope to do is apply all of these areas together eventually. And I think one thing that you have to be doing is just learning and growing every day. Even if your purpose is not as specific as you like it to be, just make progress in the areas that you know you're interested in. And over time, you're going to find that purpose. Reading is a great way to spend your time too, if you're not entirely sure of what you want to do, because especially the books I read are very self-development orientated, and they can help you in countless areas in your life. So that's why reading is another thing I do every day. But even though my sense of purpose is broad, it is still a purpose that I can move towards every single day, that gets me out of bed in the morning, that keeps me disciplined to sit down and do the things that are actually making me better, instead of screwing around and turning on Netflix for 4 hours before I go to sleep. So that's a good example of a broad purpose. So yeah, guys, you're just gonna find it and then develop it. So some other notes I took down are, if you are completely unsure of your purpose, then your purpose right now is to find your purpose. It's to try new things every day and eventually discover that purpose so that you can start moving in the right direction. You need to be researching anything that interests you. So, yeah, guys, just to conclude, purpose is going to help you get out of bed in the morning. It's going to help you stay disciplined and focused. It's necessary if you want to live a meaningful and fulfilling life. And I just wanted to say that God has given you talent. You were born with things that you are naturally good at and interests that come to you and don't come to other people. And you have to find your purpose by following His guidance and living to please God. God has, even if you don't realize what your purpose is right now, God, when He made you, He knows that you have a purpose greater than yourself. So just live to please Him every day. Use the gifts He's given you to the best of your ability and just keep moving forward, guys. So that's basically it for this video. A great book to read if you are looking to learn a little bit more about purpose in depth is called Mastery by Robert Greene. He's the author of The 48 Laws of Power, probably one of my favorite authors. And guys, this is a great book to read. It gave me quite a few ideas on how to live with purpose and head in the right direction so that you can develop your skills over time to a more niche area, something that can be truly yours, something that no one else is doing. So yeah, guys, I will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. And please give me a like, guys. If you're not subscribed already, too, do that as well. And yeah, hope you're getting better, guys.